Hey guys, it's Sean Zinn, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 3 this year of 2021. Again, I like to provide value, as much value as possible, so that you can grow. You can take your business to the next level. You can take your life to the next level. If you are one that implements and takes action, you don't just listen to what we're saying and that's it. So I want to make sure you understand, if you're engaging us, please drop a hashtag live if you're watching this live. Who are you? What do you do? What kind of websites you want to drop in the comments? Let's have some engagement. Any questions? Use this time for networking as well. And I have some great value with this gentleman today, Michael Paluso. I want to make sure you understand. We're going to drop some major nuggets of information. We're going to talk mindset. We're going to talk about an event coming up as well. And I would love for you to just sit back, enjoy, take some notes, and ready for some enjoyment. Michael Paluso, what's up, my friend?
Hey, everybody. Sean, I want to thank you so much, man. I'm really grateful to be here today and excited to be on the show.
No, this is fantastic. I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day. This is something that is a new norm, right? We do a lot of lives. We try to do a lot of videos. This is how we network using StreamYard, Zoom, what have you. It's important to continue to meet others, right, and drop value. And I appreciate you reaching out to me, and we having these great conversations as far as having connections. And we got connected by Anthony Rosa. And that's how things work and how we all kind of merge our ecosystems, merge our connections, our networks. And I would love for my community to get to know who you are. Can you give us a little introduction of who you are, Mike, what you do, and we'll get into our conversation, my friend.
Absolutely. So my name is Michael Peluso. I'm the founder of True Living. True Living is a professional and personal development organization. We particularly specialize in leadership, transformational leadership. And it's about making more money, getting out of your head and making more money, having more money, more time, and increasing the quality of your life by being able to express yourself in a healthy way.
Making more money. That hits a lot of people's nerves right there, right?
Yep.
That's something that we're all about, that we're always trying to make happen. But a lot of people don't have the cojones sometimes. They don't want to try different things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the things that I see all the time, Sean, is this illusion of that we're not going to know how. Like you hit on the point of, there's a million things that you could do. And today the world, everybody has the currency of attention. Everybody's trying to get your attention. Question is what do you want to do and what's going to produce the result that you want? And I think one of the things that we see all the time, particularly in the domain of personal and professional growth, is the mindset of thinking that we're going to know how to do something that we've never done. And like when I think about knowing how to do something, it's often like a past-based thought. Like I know how I walk to the house. I know how to drive a car because I've done it before. But the first time I was driving a vehicle, man, I had no idea what I was doing. And if I waited to get in the car till I understood how to drive a car, I don't know if it would have never happened. So I think sometimes it's leaning into the experience of right now and taking action, just like you shared before.
The experience only comes if you try different things and moving outside your comfort zone. A lot of people are stuck in the same thing that they do every single day. They don't want to try different things. I talk about getting in front of the camera, doing video. People say they have all these limiting beliefs. They don't think they can hack it. They don't have the knowledge, but everyone has that knowledge. But it's just changing that mindset that you can be a resource to other people. And being that resource is how you're going to grow your business. You're going to grow your life. It's so key.
Yeah. And I think like one of the things that, and it goes back to you're not going to know how, you just got to take the next step, whatever that may look like for you. And what's interesting is I think a lot of people, they spend a lot of time in their head. If you think about the average person, like how much time, anyone that's watching this, how much time have you spent suffering in a suffering state in the last 24 hours, maybe, and then look at like what, maybe it's an hour or 2 hours or, whatever that may look like. And then think about the value of not suffering over the period of a week or a month or a year. If you're able to get out of your head and you're able to take action, then you're gonna live a successful life. Because the truth is nobody knew how to do something they didn't know before they did it.
So true. Now, how do you start your day off? Are you one that you have certain affirmations you got to say? Is there like a certain thing that Michael Paluso does every day to get the ball rolling?
Oh yeah, we'll keep it. We're gonna keep it rated G. No, so I would say like the first thing for me that's really valuable is making sure that I am on the right side of the vision, so to speak, when I get out of bed. Right. So we have this saying in True Living, which is you're either a victim or a visionary. And people look at that like, oh, well, no, I mean that in like a right now moment with your thinking. You're either victim to your thinking or you're thinking about the future and what you want to accomplish. So for me, the first thing that I do is I wake up and I try to visualize, and I don't mean that in an esoteric way. I mean, I like think about or let an image show up of what am I going to accomplish today. And what I try to do is I try to visualize the key moments that need to take place for me to succeed. So that may be like feeling like I've accomplished everything in the day because I messaged and responded to all of my clients or like walking out of the office at 4 o'clock or 4:30 to come home and see my wife and feeling good about it. It can be like, closing a call or whatever that may be. And every day it changes. And so what I try to do is I try to look at like 3 key things that I really want to take place and then try to like see them taking place. And how I access that, Sean, is I ask myself a question. So, your brain or anyone that's watching, your brain is the greatest goal achieving machine on earth. And if you recognize that your brain relates to itself in language, if I were to say, I'd like you to think of a car. And everybody just pulls up this image of a car. So right now, think of a car. Everybody's got this image of a car. And now I'd like you to think of a purple car. Well, what we did was we took language and accessed a vision of a purple car relative to the distinct car which we had. And now if I said, I want you to think of a purple, dump truck, everybody's got their own image. So if we ask ourselves a question and we word it properly, so that what our brain shows up with is what we want. Now that's how we begin to create an intentional life. What would be the greatest experience for me to have today? What would it be like for me to be on the show and just really be able to connect to Sean and serve his audience and feel good about it? And if I ask myself that at the beginning of the day, then the brain, gives us the answer and creates a vision. And that vision is like the GPS for your life, because if you don't know where you're headed, any road will take you there.
No, that's so true. And it kind of comes down to your whys as well. You develop your whys, and that allows you to get up every single day, just light that, fire, and just keep going through your day. No matter, you might have your ups and downs. It's not always positivity throughout your entire day. There's some hiccups here and there. It's how you deal with those hiccups, how you learn from them as well, and then growing from it. So all the rich people, all the ones that are successful, made a lot of mistakes in their past, but they learned from it, or they read about it, or were mentored by somebody that made a lot of mistakes so that they didn't have to go down the path. But the only reason how you become more successful and you learn more, you make a hell of a lot more mistakes.
Yes, at a rapid rate. And then you look at that and you recognize, you say, oh my gosh, that's a learning mechanism. And let me move forward. Like, in other words, for me, I think that the only real mistake is to not have is to not learn that there's an opportunity in that pain, so to speak.
Exactly. There's always something you can learn from. You can draw from, but you have to take some time and reflect on it. And a lot of people don't want to take the time because they're go in their day. Yep. So it's all about just flipping the script, flipping your mindset. And I try to kick off my day. I like to motivate others. I started my little slogan now. I want to help, motivate, and inspire. So that's how I want to start my day off, is giving motivational quotes. I want to make sure that people are on the same page. What benefits do I get from that? It uplifts me, and I'm hoping to uplift others as well. And it's just a great start for your day.
And I appreciate that. Sean, let me share something that's probably one of the most impactful success mechanisms in my life, right? And what it is it's this process that we teach and we call scheduling the schedule. Now, scheduling the schedule is it's time. You literally take your phone out and you schedule time for you to schedule your life. And when you do that, you have an agenda. The agenda is all of your goals and what really matters to you, your core values, what you're looking to accomplish, health goals, and your mindset, and how you formulate that agenda is unique to everybody. But, you want to make sure there's certain things on there. And then what you do is you look at, what did I accomplish last week? Did I fulfill on what I said I was going to accomplish? And am I feeling like I achieved what I wanted to achieve? And what do I want to accomplish next week? And how do I intentionally put on my schedule what's going to make the biggest difference? And I think that honing mechanism and that whole process is what we call navigation calibration. Calibrating the navigator of the brain and your life and living intentionally. That to me has been one of the most valuable experiences. And one of the things that I learned from that process is that if I fill my day up with stuff that I don't, if I don't put what matters to me, I tend to work a lot. I'm sure a lot of people out there, like, you get passionate about something and you're just driving. I actually found that I need to schedule my lifestyle. And that I will consume the rest of my life with work. So I've got to make sure that I schedule dinner with my wife, and then just let work kind of flow up to it, versus like, oh, well, when's that meeting going to be? And let me schedule, here's my 8 hours of work. I found that and that's where I need the accountability and where my own word to myself shows up.
That's fantastic. And for those that are watching, this is major value that you're getting 11 minutes into our whole conversation. Everything we've been saying has been beneficial and helpful for anyone that's watching. And if you're just tuning in right now, you might want to wait till this live is over and replay it, because there's so much information here that is so beneficial to each and every one of you. But if you're not an action taker, you don't implement, you're going to let it go in one ear, out the other. So we're all about making sure that you are an action taker. Make sure you're doing things, trying things, learning from mistakes. That's what we want you to do. Make mistakes, but also learn from them. Now, another reason why we're talking today is about, and we're pumped up about it, I want you to share what we're going to be, engaging in as far as this summit, the True Living Summit that's coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have pulled together some of the most incredible minds. I believe that everybody's got a gift, a unique conversation that inspires somebody, right? I mean, if you think about everything that you ever learned, it happened in a conversation. It was an experience, and then you labeled that experience. And just like we said before, we ask ourselves a question and the brain gives us an answer. Just like if I said purple Mack truck, our brain gives it to us. Well, in that same way, everybody's got a gift. So we went through our community and found incredible people that are top performers in their various and respectful industries. And we asked them to contribute, what is your gift? What makes you succeed, and give us some action items. And so they did. We put together what we call the Journey to Success Summit. We've moved it out. I don't even know if I had a chance to share this with you, Sean, but we had so much engagement about it that we've moved it out to March 20th and 21st. And in the meantime, we're going to continue we're actually this weekend shooting content. And when people buy the ticket, they're going to get the content, which we're shooting, which is like this little mini course on how to take the next step, And I think I just want to share something, right? So we're launching this summit, and we are having all kinds of promotion, and everybody's having this incredible time. We've never had such a reaction, and we needed to move it. We needed to move it because there's a lot of distraction in the media. Everything's going on. So I think a lot of people would have looked at it and said, "Oh my God, you've got to actually move a mountain. You've got to move a mountain, like a summit with I think there's over 50 speakers. There's, it's 2 days, 3 rooms. You got to move a mountain, and you got to make that decision today, and you got to move it right now." Now, I don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to move them. How do you move them out? How do you move a summit? Well, you just make the decision, and then how shows up. And we managed to say, well, so that whole birthing of okay, let's film people's content. Let's include it when somebody buys. So anybody that's watching right now, if you decide to buy a ticket today, we're going to give you a VIP ticket. You'll have access to the speakers in the back in the private Facebook group, and you're going to get the content that we're shooting this weekend, which is extraordinarily actionable, allows you to take the next step. None of that would have been available. If we didn't. If we didn't really think about that. And so what people want to do is they want to go to that truelivingsummit.com to check it out and put in that first part. So it isn't Sean at truelivingsummit.com. go to truelivingsummit.com and then use your name, Sean, capital S, capital Z, no space there. Throw it in the coupon code, and they're going to save 50% because normally the summit's $500. So they're going to save 50%, and we're going to throw in this course plus a ton of other things. So anybody that's watching this, you need to be able to show up, and that happens when you're surrounded by the right kind of people who've been there, and they're going to help you create that information and break it down to a real tangible action. And that's how we kind of do it. So Sean, can
you he made a comment. There's a ton of moving parts with launching a summit. It takes a village, brother, for sure.
It absolutely does. Thank you. I mean, I have one of the most incredible teams. These guys are absolutely amazing. Felicia, Trevor, Twee, Anthony. I could give you an incredible list, and I got to give them kudos because you know what? We're all in it to win it. We're all in it together, and you can't climb to the summit of a mountain without a team, right? Actually, one of the people that's speaking at the summit is he doesn't have a leg, and he climbed to the top of a mountain. He climbed to the top of a mountain and he had to carry the pack. And when you get up to the top of the mountain, you actually have to take a bag out, and you can't just go. You got to catch it, right? So he's climbing to the top of the mountain as one of the bag carriers with one leg, right? So if that's not, and he's going to be there, and he's going to be teaching people how to wake up and how to make their dream happen. So what happened was he actually popularized a sport. And I don't know exactly what it is, but he created a knee that allows people all over the world now to be able to do things like ski. There's a coil that's inside of this knee that before he came along, there was no ability for him to be able to really. There was no ability for anybody to ski if they only had one leg. So he revolutionized an industry, and he did it with that mentality of I'm climbing to a summit. I'm doing it with the people that are in my life, and I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen now.
For sure, man. You're a wealth of knowledge. I definitely appreciate you taking time out of your day today. Maybe since we moved this summit, we can definitely do another live. We'll talk about some other pieces of information that we can drop value. We have some more opportunities for sure, because I know, and Sean Shalla said, they are only as good as the weakest link or the strongest leader. For sure. For sure.
Yes.
That is 100%. And I just definitely appreciate you. I definitely appreciate the value that you bring. This summit's going to be fantastic. Definitely, guys, you got to check it out. You got to definitely check it out. It's March 20th and the 21st. And it's something that everyone should be involved in, no matter what kind of business you're involved, small business. If you're looking to take yourself to the next level, it's something to check out for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. I really appreciate being on the call. You are truly a member of the community, and I'm grateful to have you. I'm grateful to be part of this organization, and I want to just honor and acknowledge you because true leadership is doing exactly what you're doing now. You're out here, you're making a difference in everybody's life, and I know that everybody that's listening appreciates you. So thank you for being that leader and being that voice at the summit of the journey to success.
Yeah, man. I hope you have an awesome day, guys. I hope you learned something from us today. Drop a comment, question if you haven't already, and we will get back to you. We hope that you guys have an awesome rest of your day.
Yes, absolutely. Bye.